Cat, ain't nobody gonna cheat the hangman in my town.
Fair enough, Marshal. Here we come.
They're a little tense out there, so don't make any quick movements and let me do the talking.
Come ahead.
Yeah.
You unarmed?
Indeed, we are.
Oh, sure.
Marshal Tatum, may I address you and your deputies and apparently the entire town of Daughtry as to the incident that just occurred?
Go on.
My name is Dr. King Schultz. Like yourself, Marshal, I'm a servant of the court. The man lying dead in the dirt, who the good people of Daughtry saw fit to elect as their sheriff, who went by the name of Bill Sharp, is actually a wanted outlaw by the name of Willard Peck, with a price on his head of $200. Now, that's $200 dead or alive.
The hell you say?
I'm aware this is probably disconcerting news, but I'm willing to wager this man was elected sheriff sometime in the past 2 years. I know this because 3 years ago, he was rustling cattle from the BC Corrigan Cattle Company of Lubbock, Texas. Now, this is a warrant made out by Circuit Court Judge Henry Allen Loudermilk of Austin, Texas.
All right.
Okay,
so
this is
finally
not
got to it.
this is not what we talked
You
about.
said the Loudermilk video. Oh, that's just what I thought of. Did I get that wrong?
Have we gotten to the part where I'm
I
not
just like to
seeing
see.
I'm not seeing the steps of Congress
okay.
here, but
Is that-
okay, I'm
my bad. Hey,
yeah, his mistake.
welcome to Nothing Alive. So now you want to preface this?
So something that has surfaced during the January 6th hearings. One, Barry Loudermilk,
It has.
and allegedly gave a tour on January 5th to several patriots who showed up on January 6th and were threatening Nancy Pelosi and
He's
Chuck
like,
Schumer.
this is where they're gonna run.
It's very interesting because this footage was reviewed by the Capitol Police, and they said nothing to see here. Nope, nothing.
Wait, what?
But now that the January 6th committee viewed the video, it looks a little more suspicious. Okay, so what you're going to see first is the man, one of the men that Loudermilk was giving a tour to on January 5th. Now he's here on January 6th shooting his mouth off. Here we go.
Here at the Washington Monument, Washington, D.C. Say hello to Facebook.
Hey, what's going on, man? Glad
This
to
is-
be here, bro.
This is our fearless leader.
Hey, baby.
There
let's
him.
go. Check out my flag I made, guys. See it? There
Oh,
you go,
shit.
man. That's for a certain person.
That's right. That's for somebody special. Somebody special.
I'm gonna go with guilty.
Okay, well, no, this is January 6th. The thing that preceded it is the one that incriminates Barry Loudermilk. But just listen to what this
All
guy
right.
says.
We are basically at the Capitol
Basically,
with probably close to 2 million
rounding up to
American
the
patriots.
next 2
Florida
million.
public schools.
They are swarming and converging mainly from Constitution Avenue, but from all routes in. There's no escape, Pelosi, Schumer, Nadler. We're coming.
You want to
These
explain
photos, they're
We're
showing
coming in
photos
like
there
white on rice.
from
For Pelosi,
they're
Nadler.
coming. So he says
Schumer.
he's coming for them. And what those photos that you saw were photos that were taken during the tour
Not so veiled threat.
that Barry Loudermilk very generously gave this fine patriot the previous day. And he took these photos. And if we continue, you're going to see images
Even you,
of
AOC.
Loudermilk.
I'm coming to take you out.
Yeah, so he's threatening.
I'll pull you out by your hairs.
He's threatening Nancy Pelosi.
How about that, Pelosi? Go, might as well make yourself another appointment.
What was that
When I
mean?
get done with you,
When I
you're gonna
get-
need a shine up on top of that bald head.
Okay, so normally, so
this is where it gets.
normally
This is where it gets.
Somebody
interesting.
talking about a congressperson like that, it wouldn't be criminal. But what followed, obviously,
Can only be described as reconnaissance.
well, this is reconnaissance, but a person saying what he said is perfectly free speech. But that being followed by the attack on the Capitol and hang Pelosi, I mean, I don't know if he said that.
Does that equal a conspiracy?
I don't know, but this is very interesting because we have a U.S. congressman giving a tour to this guy and several of his like-minded, shall we say, patriots.
Enter Loudermilk.
Yeah. Okay, so I believe that's Loudermilk right there, and he's talking to a MAGA guy. And these people are coming in for a tour.
And look at just videotaping and photographing everything. What is so interesting about this hallway?
Yeah,
That
they're casing the joint, basically. I mean,
they're taking pictures of locations. Did you see that? Like,
yeah. There's
stairwells.
Loudermilk with his mask
And he's
below
like,
his
this
nose.
is where they'll go and hide.
Okay, and then they're coming down here.
These are all the place. This is where they escape.
Now you could just say,
I knew that was going to happen.
I don't know if there's anything going forward.
No, that's it.
But the police, the Capitol Police, looked at this footage and said, nothing to see here. But the committee looked at it and they're like, okay, so the man that was threatening Pelosi and Schumer and Nadler on January 6th was a part of this tour and part of a group of people that were taking photos and casing the joint, basically, and going in places where they really didn't need to go. I mean, it's not part of a tour.
No, a bunch of innocuous white women and older dudes like walking through this place and getting a tour from a congressperson.
The day before the election results are to be certified, and
seems like a little recon.
Trump, and then Trump sending out a tweet saying,
Those old
hey,
ladies
everybody gather at the Capitol tomorrow. It's going to be wild.
Those old ladies are ninjas. They snuck right in there. I mean, are they culpable?
The old ladies?
The people that were in there with those. So if they discover that one of the people in that group or more was a conspirator and gathering intel,
mm-hmm.
and that can be proven,
mm-hmm.
then would that make them also an accessory if their images from their cameras were consolidated into, let's say, I don't know, a war room? I don't know.
And what
I'm
about
no tinfoil hatter.
What about Loudermilk?
I don't know.
It's
going down like a Tom Clancy.
I would
flick,
say,
right?
I guess at best he was a little too friendly and giving them a little too much latitude with where he was taking them and what he was letting them do. I mean, I guess they can take photos. It's all a public building.
Was go in there and get all the photos. Okay.
But there was nothing really worthy of photographing down there.
Entrances, exits.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Like that.
Yes. But I mean, there were no like historical landmarks.
I don't know. You know what? There's no way in the world that you can attach a phone to somebody else's phone.
Right.
There's no way that you can know exactly where somebody with a phone is.
Except I just
building.
airdropped a bunch of photos to you and
but I'm saying, like, if you and I were connected on like Friend Finder, right? Whatever app that is that connects, it's like a family thing.
Yeah.
Right. So
there are all kinds of them. There's
right?
all kinds of them.
Right. So, I mean, why not just do that? And then you're just outside getting real-time data on like the layout of the place.
Yeah,
which
and
is
they're
exactly
taking
what you
they're
want when you
taking
attack
video and
someone.
they're sending it to somebody outside and they're drawing up plans and we're going to go here. We're going to go
Seems
here.
a little. It seems a little hard for me to believe that
It was random and innocent.
but
right.
also it's like, wow, did they really coordinate this well? I'm impressed, kind of, because these are all things that I would have done. Like if I was like, oh, I'm going to plan an assault on the Capitol.
If I were going to do it, I would not do it the day before. I would have done it weeks before to not, because this is suspicious. It's the day before and Trump's got them all riled up. I mean, it's almost like they thought of it a couple of days before. And they're like,
no, that's the things that are coming out now that they realize that it's like, yeah, these guys were talking for a while. These were
and
coordinated
then it would
moves.
suggest that Trump knew about it.
Except then
because
they rented a U-Haul and then like those douchebags.
Remind me of that.
The guys that they all dressed up and went to raid like some gay pride festival in Idaho, which the joke was just like, oh my God. They said there was like hundreds of people there.
Tens of people.
Tens of people there. And then so these like guys all got arrested for.
Oh, that was a pride thing. Okay, yeah. I did see that because for an attempted
Whoops.
riot. Yeah,
Dumbass.
I saw that. Bunch of dumbasses. Like they didn't stick out like sore thumbs. Okay, just scroll down to like the last couple of paragraphs. This is about Capitol Police Chief Tom Manger said the video shows Loudermilk with a group of approximately 12 people, which later grew to 15 people, walking through the Capitol office buildings on January 5th. Manger also states that the group of visitors did not appear in any tunnels that would lead them to the U.S. Capitol. Okay, scroll down. On May 19th, 2022, the Select Committee invited you to meet with us about evidence of a tour you provided on January 5th, 2021. Based on our review of surveillance video, social media activity, and witness accounts, we understand you led a tour group through the Capitol complex on January 5th, 2021.
And you dumbasses are worried about being chipped? Dude, you're chipped.
Yeah, you're chipped. The group stayed for several hours despite the complex being closed to the public on that day, the committee's chairman, Democratic Rep. Benny Thompson of Mississippi, said Wednesday in a new letter to Loudermilk. Surveillance footage shows a tour of approximately 10 individuals led by you to areas in the Ryburn, Longworth, and Cannon House office buildings, as well as the entrances to tunnels leading to the U.S. Capitol, he added. Individuals on the tour photographed and recorded areas of the complex not typically of interest to tourists, including hallways, staircases, and security checkpoints.
Yeah, that looked like recon to me. That was brilliant, though. Send in some old ladies and
so
take pictures
Loudermilk
of everything. But there was a dude in there too, a younger dude that was like,
yeah.
I'm just helping my grandma. And he is like,
and he's just like photographing everything. It's just like
everything.
It's just like windows and stuff.
He might as well just worn a GoPro.
So so Loudermilk, brushed this all off, saying, "Hey, the Capitol Police already said nothing to see here, so get off my ass." Okay, so scroll down. Wow, Carl Kopf. Don't. Oh, I'm going to put him on air. Okay. As the Capitol riot was unfolding, Loudermilk spoke to a local Georgia radio station and said he met with about a dozen people from his home state the day prior on Capitol Hill who had traveled to Washington for the Trump rally that preceded the attack. Loudermilk said during the interview that he hosted the people in his office and on the day of the riot, checked to make sure they were safe.
Yeah. We actually spoke to you about it. I don't know why everybody sounds like that.
Yeah, I thought they were safe. That no threats to Pelosi, nothing like that.
There are actually about a dozen people up here who wanted to come visit me. Had them in the office. They wanted to yell at the AOC's door like they're idle. They were supporters of the president, which made them the smartest people in the world. So they should be allowed to see the aliens. They just wanted to be up here as if it was another rally, he told Georgia radio station. There you go. Sorry. I wanted to quote him.
In the time since, Loudermilk has characterized the participants in this January 5th meeting as
A bunch of dumbasses.
constituents, including families with children. You know, they always say, well, he has children. They always throw the kids under the bus. You know, anytime someone does something wrong, they're like, well, you know, he's a family man. He's got children.
Look, leader, it's illegal to murder fetuses. It's perfectly legal to kill children. Except for not really.
Well, it's not really legal, but if you got an AR-15 and you want to kill children, they cannot take the AR-15 away from said patriot.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we need to clip this, and we'll next segment we will talk about MTG and tampons.
All right, back in a moment.
Make Jay very uncomfortable.
What?
Tampons. Vaginas. Oh my God. Okay. I am your Miss Parker, and this is Nothing Yet Live.